Hi everyone, it's Shannon and welcome to today's video. So today's video, we are going to be trying some new makeup. I think 4 products in total. 1 I did purchase myself, the other 3 were gifted to me by the brand, but very excited. So first up, we're gonna try the Huda Beauty Creamy, the neutral, I think this is called neutral, yeah, neutral brown. I did get the grayish one in PR and I did a video on that one, but I did like it. I didn't love it, but I liked it, and I really wanted the neutral brown. So I went ahead and did purchase this one myself. So I'm going to try that first, and then I do have the brand new lip gloss from Huda Beauty. I just got the shade Clear. This was what was sent to me by the brand, so anxious to try this. It is called Faux Filler. Now, when I saw the release, I did think it was a lip plumper, but it's not. It's just a gloss, but it's supposed to like fill in the lines, you know, on your lips, especially, again, I'm 47. Now, I do have a little bit of lip filler that I do probably like every 2 years, but I still get lines because I don't do it to make my lips bigger. I do it to get the volume that I've lost in my lips, if that makes sense. So, but I do have lines, you know, I think like most people. I do have a new bronzing stick from CIELE Cosmetics. Huge fan of CIELE. This is like it's called Makeup Meets Protection. Everything has SPF. I love all their products. I have their powder, their skin tint, and one of their liquid blushes. They came out with 2 new shades of the liquid blush, and then they came out with 4 shades in the bronzing stick, so they did send me one of those. And then the last thing is I have this new Dewy bar. It is the Dewy Cheek and Lip multi balm from KAJA Beauty. So again, this one came out with 4 shades. I got one of them. So we're gonna try everything out right now. Okay, so first up, we're gonna go with the creamy neutral brown palette from Huda Beauty. You can see I've already swatched it. Now mine came a little broken. There was 1 powder shade and it was a little chipped, but I just kept it. It's fine, it's not a big deal. So I did go ahead and do swatches. There's a lot of videos on, and a lot of people did videos because a lot of people did get this in PR and they got both palettes. So you can go ahead and see theirs, but I did do some swatches, and here's them in the natural light in the sunlight, so you can see this one is definitely more my speed. I like warm tones. It's just definitely more my speed, but there are some concerns that I do have. The first thing I can see is this shade right here is pretty much this, you know, color of my skin. So I'm kind of curious. Now I could definitely use that maybe to blend out stuff, or, you know, I don't know, but that one I'm kind of concerned about. But I really do love this shimmer shade, and then these 2 metallics I absolutely love. So this is what we're gonna go ahead and try first. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just do a very simple look. And just a reminder, I'm not a makeup artist. I am just someone who likes reviewing makeup, so this is not a tutorial either. I'll just leave it at that. But I'm gonna start with this shade right here, the one in the bottom middle. It is the second lightest shade, and that's mainly because the other shade I think is going to be too light. So I'm going to use that kind of as the transition shade on both eyes and see how that comes out. Okay, so I went in all over the lid with that second shade. It is very light. It is very light on me, and I have a light to medium skin tone. So I think anybody that's really darker, you know, even medium skin tone, that's going to be their same shade. The light one is even, you can't even see it. You couldn't even see it like pretty much in the swatch. So in the sunlight, you can almost not see it. So it's not really off to a great start. I kind of knew about that because I had watched Patty Alonso's and she mentioned that, but I was kind of hopeful. Not that I think it looks bad, it's just very, very, I put a lot on and you can barely see it. So it's definitely gonna be more of a natural look, but again, it's neutral brown, so that's fine. But just know that if you are, you know, light to light medium skin tone, there's like 2 shades that are barely gonna show up. Next, I'm gonna go in with this top shade here. So I'm gonna go in with this top middle shade here in the outer corner and the crease to kind of deepen it. Kind of, again, what I normally do. It's kind of my same look like I always do. But the thing that I learned with these creams is to not to blend it out too much, because it blends out and then it becomes a little muddy. So you almost have to kind of paint it on and then blend ever so slightly. Okay, so I went in with the darker color. It's the second darkest color, and I just went put it on. And what I did, rather than what I did the last time, is I kind of took it and I patted it on, and I didn't sweep it or blend it out like I did with like you would with a powder. And what I tried to do with the grayish, that's, you know, I kind of learned like that's not really, because then it ends up being muddy. So I think with like cream eyeshadow, it's just kind of a learning process. It seems to have worked better. Obviously still need to do a little bit more. Now I'm going to go in with this shade here, this bottom left hand shade, and I'm going to put that all over the lid, and it's a really pretty color. And I just really like this one. Really pretty. The other metallic too is like a bronze. I do like the shades in this palette more, but again, that's just a personal preference because I tend to like warm tones more. Okay, so I put that like peachy champagne gold shade. It's kind of all over the lid, really pretty. Now I'm gonna go with that one really pretty shimmer shade, and I'm just gonna pop it in the middle of the eyelid just to see how it looks, and really pretty. That one I can see, you know, you can easily turn like a daytime look into an evening look with this one. Really pretty. And you know, I think this is not a palette for everybody. I mentioned that in the first one, but obviously I liked the grayish enough to purchase this one with my own money. So I definitely did want to try it and see, and I do really like it, but I think it's also a learning curve as far as learning how to use cream shadow in a different way, because usually when I do a cream shadow, it's one and done. So let me, but I do like this, definitely like this one more. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna now go in and line the bottom lash with this. I'm gonna line it with this middle one right here. And then I'm also gonna go in and just set it with that one powder shade so that I can set it like you're supposed to. And then I'll put some mascara off camera and then come back and do the rest of the products. Okay, so I just went in with the liner at the bottom and then just put a little bit of mascara on, and that is it. So I'll talk about it at the end, but I do really like it, and I do like this one more than Grayish just because of the color story. Next, we're gonna go over the Sculpt and Protect from CIELE Cosmetics. I mentioned they came out with a bronzing stick. This is it. They came out with 4 shades, and it's a bronzing sculpt stick that shapes, defines, and warms the key points of the face. And it is SPF 30, and then it comes in 4 shades. So it comes in 01 Light, 02 Medium, 03 Tan, and 04 Deep. I got the shade Medium, and I was a little worried of whether or not it was going to be too dark. Anytime there's like 4 shades, I could go usually the lighter shade or the darker shade, and sometimes I go with the lightest shade, sometimes I go with the darker shade, and I really never know. I think this one's fine. I do have to go light-handed with it, but this is the 2 Medium, and I think the light could have worked too, but I think that this one will work as well. I was more concerned that the light would be too light for me rather than this one be too dark, because it's easier to go light-handed than it is to try and build up. What I'm gonna do is I have my brush from Anissa. This is the Crescent Contour that I love for bronzing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to apply this like I normally would and just blend it out. So you know, the blush that they have is not a cream, it is a liquid blush. So you know, I almost thought they were going to come up with a cream blush before they came out with a bronzing stick, but this blends out really nice. And I've talked about this. I'm getting ready to go on a cruise with my family. The CIELE, the whole line, I mean, right now it's only 3 products, now 4, is what I wear every day. I love the skin tint. It's a beautiful skin tint, but it's got SPF. I love it. It's what I wear every day, like when I'm at the pool, you know, everything. So, but this I really like. This is, it goes on really nice, blends out really nice, and the fact that it has the SPF. And, you know, again, I love that they're coming out with one product at a time. It seems like there's a lot of thought into the products that they're coming out with. So I'm gonna blend this out a little bit more, and that's it. Okay, so next up we have this one from KAJA Beauty. This is the Dewy Cheek and Lip Multi Balm. So it comes in 4 shades. Now this is only $25. The bronzing stick is $34. And one of the things I do like about this particular product in regards to KAJA, some of their products, and one of the reasons why I like their products, but a lot of their packaging is gimmicky. And I end up decluttering it. It's gimmicky and it's bulky. The exception of that are the bentos, the eyeshadow bentos. I think those are great, as well as the bentos, the powder and the cheek, the blush, contour, everything. I think that's a great product too. These are actually pretty nice and thin. They're a little wide, but they're thin. And they only come in 4 shades and they're $25. So I do like that. You can tell I haven't used this one. Just one swipe up, and let's just swatch it really quick. Now I got the shade Grapefruit Gelato, and it seemed like to be the most neutral shade. Really pretty, seems pretty neutral, and it's supposed to, again, you can use it for your cheeks, and it does seem to be a little bit like balmy, so with, lack of a better term. So it's definitely not going to be matte, but I also will say because it's kind of balmy, I'm not going to put it directly on the cheek, because I think that's going to take off my foundation. Maybe if I had a skin tint or very little makeup, then want that, but with my foundation, I don't want it to take it off. So but I'm going to go ahead and put it on my lips, see how that comes out, and pretty comfortable on the lips. I've talked about this before. I don't like using products for the lips and the cheeks. It's not my favorite, but definitely wanted to try it. And when you're in a pinch, it's actually really easy to do, and I do that sometimes too. But really pretty. It kind of feels like a lip balm, so it's nice. Okay, so just a little bit. It says it's a hydrating cheek and lip balm multi-stick that effortlessly melts onto cheeks and lips to create the perfect flushed and dewy look. Comes in 4 shades: Fig Smoothie, Strawberry Sorbet, Peach Cobbler, and Grapefruit Gelato, which is the one that I got. I'm going to take my Anissa all over face brush that I'm going to use it, because I am going to kind of take this and then brush it on to the cheek, because I don't want to remove my foundation. So that looks really nice. Actually, I barely put any product and it went on really, really nicely. Okay, going in on the other side. Really, really nice. Now, I am not the biggest fan of like the dewy look on the cheeks, so this is not going to be my preferred finish. However, this is not something that I would probably wear with like a full makeup look. This is something I would wear kind of with the CIELE makeup, with a skin tint, kind of every day, which makes sense because it's a balm and you can wear it with the lips. So I think for what it is, it's great. Plus that I'm sure you could probably put it on like that. I'm just not going to do it today. I find it easier applying with the brush. Went on really nicely with the brush, and it does give a nice like dewy, it's a dewy bar, so it does give a nice dewy glow. If you like that type of finish, then you're gonna love this. This is not necessarily my preference, but I do like it. Okay, and then finally we're gonna go over the new Huda Beauty Faux Filler Lip Gloss. Again, I just got the shade Clear. This was just gifted to me. I did put some liner over the Dewy Lip Balm just to kind of line my lips, because I do like that. I do like wearing like a clear or lip gloss with a liner. So this is $19 that just came out, and I think this is like her first official lip gloss. She did have like the lip strobe, but this is like the first true lip gloss that she's offered. And it says it's a gloss so glossy it's distracting. All attention is on your lips. A nourishing lip gloss for the shiniest, juiciest lips. It smooths and blurs fine lines, giving a lip filler effect without a tingling sensation. Just full-looking, high-shine lips. A lip hydrating formula that melts onto the lips with a non-stick, reflective, glass-like finish. So it comes in a couple shades. Glassy is the clear one that I have. Then there's Bombshell, Foxy, Cocoa, Honey, Posh, and Sugar Baby. So let's go ahead and try it. Like I said, I am wearing liner already, and I love the applicator. So if you can see the applicator here, so it kind of hugs the lip. I did watch Huda on her Instagram talking about it. So I'm just going to apply it. Okay, it is definitely glossy. It's glossy. And it isn't sticky. It has a scent to it. I don't know what the scent is. Very, very subtle. So if you're sensitive to smells, I don't think it'll bother you, but it does have a little bit of a scent to it. But it is definitely glossy, but it's not sticky. So you're not getting those little lines to it. But as far as a gloss, so far, I really like it. You know, it's kind of hard just, you know, testing it out for the first time. But sometimes with a gloss, you put it on and you don't like it at all. But my initial impressions are, I really like this one. Okay, so let's talk about all the products. So first up, the eyeshadow palette, the creamy from Huda Beauty Neutral Brown. I like it. I don't love it, but I like it as much. I like it more than the Grayish, which is the first one I got. And, you know, but I think it's going to gives me a natural look. Definitely want to play around with it some more, but I was curious about it. I don't have regrets purchasing it. I will say a couple of people asked me about the longevity. I have worn the Grayish one more time, and it does last. You just have to set it. If you set it with the powder that's in here, then it does last all day. It does have good longevity. But I have seen people say, oh, it didn't last on me. But then they also said that they didn't really use the setting powder, or the setting powder that's in here. So I think you do need to use the setting powder, but I do really like this. But I think it's for a special type of person or someone who wants to experiment with stuff. But if you know, don't feel comfortable wearing creamy shadows, then don't get it. But I think it's just an average also like color story too. So that, you know, take it for what it's worth. Next up is the bronzing stick from CIELE. Really like this. I really like this. I love everything from CIELE. I'll be taking this on my cruise. I love this. I think it's easy to blend. It worked out really nice. I like that it has SPF. I also like because I can put this on and use it as an eyeshadow during the day, because up until now I've been using just their little, you know, blush. I could use it as an eyeshadow or as a base to kind of do as a crease, because sometimes I do that, and it has the SPF. So really like this. Again, I'm a huge fan of their products. So this is $34. It is a little pricey, but if you like stuff with SPF and you plan on wearing it, I do think this is a really good product. Next is the Dewy bar from KAJA. This is good. It's just not for me. I like it. I will keep it. But it's not, I'm not anxious to get any other shades. It's just, I'm not a dewy person. I don't like a lot of dewy, you know, looks. I might take this on the cruise though, because I do think it's something that's good for the cruise and being out and, you know, kind of putting that on. I think that's kind of where I'll use it. But I go on a cruise like maybe once or twice a year. So, but you know, for 25 bucks, I think it's good. If you like that type of look, then I think you'll really like it. I do like the packaging more than their other packaging. So I do like that, but it's a good product. It's a good product. It's just not for me. The gloss though, the gloss I really like. The gloss is really good. Put it on and it's very comfortable. Obviously I can't speak to longevity, but I probably want to pick up, it's only $19. So for a gloss, that's a pretty good price. You know, it's not cheap, but it's not expensive. But I would say I want to probably pick up 2 of the shades in this, because I think it's very comfortable, very glossy. So I am anxious to pick up maybe 2 shades, maybe during the Sephora sale, or if Huda has a sale, I'll pick up a couple shades. But I do really like this, and if you're looking for like a really shiny gloss, this is probably one to check out. So all in all, I think it's some good products. So let me know if you are picking up any of these below. So if you like this video, click like, click and subscribe. That way you get a notification every time I post a new video. Bye everyone.